Anyway, hey guys, my name is Paulo. Back again at Shimi Podcast. And I am here with Jesus Christ.
We can start again.
I am I am here. I am here with Aka.
Hi guys.
She's back. Edith. How are you doing, man?
I'm okay, just tired.
You said. How's Osaka?
Soccer was fun
Was fun?
and boring at the same time.
Mm.
Like when there are places to go, but there's a mother at the gate.
You're coming back. You're coming back. She just find. She's been waiting. She think with a cooking stick in the hand. She's like,
Wherever. Like, guys,
"Where you come from?
like
Where you come from?"
men have it so easy.
Do you think we do?
Yeah.
What makes you say that?
Because I think the only warning for you is don't get a girl pregnant. The
You-
warnings for us are if you wear short things, like
Well, maybe it's just me who lives in a pastor's house.
yeah, maybe it's just
Me
But-
there's the what they buy, Kuno. If I come back home at 22, the thing is that I don't go out, so the latest I would come back at home is 22, and that's pretty late.
in my mother's house it's 19, and that's with an excuse.
That's pretty late. So last week, Mandem I came back home around 21:30, and he just came to me and was like, "So what are you going to do about this situation?" I'm like, "What situation?" Like this thing of you coming back home late, and I'm like, "What's the pressure? What's the pressure?" Like, I can't be waiting up for you to be opening the door for you. And I was like, I get you, but I mean,
Could give me a key.
so I was like, I didn't want that whole situation. Your key, this is your house. But the following day, he'll be like, this is your house. You should be doing this. Like,
Should
no.
be paying bills.
Bruh. So I just like, it's fine. I'll be coming back home a little earlier. I need to start staying on my own again.
But you know the funniest thing is that when you're home and you want to go out and they give you curfew, it's so draining. But then when you live on your own, you're the one who's telling people, I can't be out past 20.
When you live on your own, no, I genuinely feel like if I lived on my own, I'd be home at 18.
Same. I'm just looking at the time and I'm like, ish, it's 19 and I'm not home. What time am I going to have to rest? Because I have to get up tomorrow. But then when I'm home in my mother's house and I'm looking at the time, it's 18. I can stay out
okay.
till 22.
Yeah, because everything that needs to be done is already being done while you're not there.
Exactly.
So it's kind of like a benefit. But if I stayed home alone, I'll be back by 18 because what am I staying up for? My bed needs me.
And my bed needs me. True.
My
That's the
bed-
only relationship that isn't toxic.
Exactly. Anyway, speaking of toxic, today we are talking about toxic relationships. I'm sure a bunch of people have had.
A lot of toxic relationships.
You've had a lot?
Yeah, because it's in general.
It's in general.
It's in general.
It's in
Everybody
general.
has had a lot of toxic relationships with or without their knowledge.
Okay. That does make sense. It does make sense. But does that mean every relationship is toxic in a way?
True, with poor communication, every relationship is toxic.
Okay. That's done pretty well. That's said pretty well. This is why we bring Aka on. She's the smart one.
Once in a while.
Once in a while. Anyway, yeah. So we are talking about toxic relationships, right? So are we going to talk about your experiences, not mine?
Yeah, we can talk about mine.
Yeah. I'm not putting my business out there. But anyway,
We listen, we do not judge.
no, we judge heavily. We judge heavily.
Are you Christ?
Eh?
Are you Christ?
No, I'm not Christ.
Exactly.
Eh,
So why are
but-
you judging?
Because
Why you judging?
because why are you doing such mad things?
I think it's
Time
time for me
time.
to just step out because if this isn't a judge-free zone,
No,
then it's
it's-
better we walk out now.
Okay, it's not judge free, but it's judge little. It's judge little. I will judge
Judge
you.
Judy.
I won't judge you very much. Just a bit. Anyway, so why is it important to talk about this stuff?
Why is it important to talk about toxic relationships? To help people analyze their relationships and help people understand that some things that you've taken as being normal aren't normal.
Because that is true. Because a lot of people will be in a cycle and they don't realize that it's messing with them because they think it's normal. And in most cases, it's not. Just so you know, that situation that's happening to you right now, not everyone goes through it.
Like when your friends are talking about something, then you're just there like you can't relate.
You can relate
Because that's so,
out of your situation.
yeah.
Yeah. So you might listen to this and then you hear something that happens to you and you don't think it's toxic and you find out it's toxic from here. I think you can send money to 0966 605167. That is my MTN number.
My Airtel number 07 7180 8671.
Yeah. So
Anything above 200 kwacha will be taken.
that's a lot. Me, just give me a zale, man. Just give me a zale.
Why is that?
Just give me a zale, man. I'm good. Okay. So define a toxic relationship.
A toxic relationship is a type of relationship that is one-sided. That's how I can put it. Because any relationship where your opinion, your emotions aren't being valued is toxic. Because you can, like, even with parents, like you're telling your mother something and your opinion is never heard. That's toxic because at the end of the day, it takes two to move forward and not one person. You can't always follow. Like even with the government, it's not the president leading us on his own. He's got members of parliament. Members of parliament have governors. Governors, like the cycle breaks, guys. So if somebody can't value your opinion, there's nowhere you're going.
What do you think? Like, how heavy is the toll on like the emotional aspect of it? Like, especially when you don't realize it. Okay, there's moments where you realize like you're in a toxic situation, and that messes you up really really bad. But let's put in an example. Like you're in a toxic situation, right? And you don't know it's toxic. How does it mess up your mental
Self-doubt.
self-doubt?
Self-doubt. You get scared to speak no matter what. Let's say you're in a type of relationship where every time you say something, someone's correcting something. Yeah, corrections are good, don't get me wrong. Like corrections are good. But then corrections to some limit. Like you and I together were having a conversation. You make a mistake, maybe in a pronunciation of a word, I correct you. It ends there. Then let's say you repeat that mistake in public. I shouldn't come out and go like, it's not like that. I remember I told you. Like, calm down.
Chill. Like chill, bro.
Self-confidence is tanked down, you know. Your self-respect on its own is tanked down because from feeling like you're not worth it, you realize to say, if I'm taking myself like this, imagine how other people are taking me.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. So, let's see, example. Oh yeah, we've actually talked about this. Like, I was giving examples like controlling behavior, right?
Yeah.
Controlling behavior, manipulation, gaslighting, constant criticism.
Gaslighting.
Do you have a testimony?
I have a testimony of a gaslighting.
Let's hear this. Let's hear this.
So I'm putting this out there. If my mother ever comes across this, she can shout at me later in life. So I was going out with this guy, right? So he's showing me like, oh, my friends came through, blah, 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 right? So he connects like his phone to his TV, like he shares the screen. So in the same gallery, there's like a picture at the bottom of him and some like other lady, like guys, like just imagine like a Samsung users, like Samsung. So here like the pictures of him and his friends that he took that night. And then here like the other team of photos. Then at the bottom, it's there like a picture of him and somebody else. Keep in mind I wear specs. So I wasn't wearing my specs. I wasn't wearing my specs. Like, guys, my specs were down. Like, I took my specs off because, you're comfortable. So you're like, even if I'm seeing blurry, it's okay. So I see the picture. I've been to him like, put that picture. He looks, disconnects. I'm like, no, put it back and show me that picture. So Wallace is like, he sees that here there's nothing he can do. Connects it back. I ask him, who's that? My cousin. You're holding your cousin on the waist. Yeah, people complain that me and her like too close, blah, blah, blah. Then I ask him again, who's that? He goes, and he looks at me dead cold, like, guys, dead cold in your eyes, like, looks at you and just goes like, maybe you're not even seeing the right things. You're not wearing your specs. Amakayapwa. Like, guys, like, you know where your energy just drains because I'm looking at you. So what do you mean I can't look at the screen because I don't have my specs? Gaslighting.
To tell you what,
Gaslighting.
you are blind. Go
To
wear your
tell
glass. You go wear your glasses. Kafara magrob. Oro ara mona winati yo. I'm with my cousin. Nema ang
gaslighting.
for my glass. Did you go? Did you go wear your specs?
I want them.
You went-
I want them because I was like, maybe. I'm like, no, I'm not that blind. And the only thing that was clear when I wore was like the color of the t-shirts that they were in. Otherwise, everything I was seeing was right.
And what? How did he find himself out of that situation? Honestly, I feel, if he made it out of that thing alive, he's a bad man.
No, mama, you're overreacting. Why would I do that? No, okay, it's an old picture. Show me the details. You've seen the details. It's like a recent picture. Someone goes like, it's a copycat picture. Like, I think you can see that the background has been pangahed. I can't speak a lot of Bemba, but in Bemba, he's even telling me, you can even see that here it was edited. Someone had pangahed the background because it's like a picture of somebody else and they put me. I'm just there like,
Photoshop. I'm talking about Photoshop.
gaslighting to the fullest.
That was wild. That was wild. And you didn't go anywhere.
Like, you want to talk about it,
Uh,
but then you're just like, I don't want to be taken for a fool again. So you just let it go.
just let it slide.
Just let it go and just put it like to the archives of toxic shit he did.
Yeah, it was a bunch. Or is this what brought about
This is not even what brought his toxic
No.
nature.
Is this what brought your situation here? Because this girl texted me last week. She was like, bro, I'm coming to get it and I need to vent. Like, I need to vent. What do you want to talk about it? It's a toxic relationship. You know it? Auntie,
No, that isn't the main reason.
that isn't the main reason.
That isn't the main reason.
And we'll get to the main reason pretty soon. Stay online, I guess. Yeah. So gaslighting can be pretty bad. To make you look like a Kimbozo. Make you look like a ish. It's
To
wild.
make you want to go and ask your parents why they both wear specs. Like, this is a dark joke, but I felt like I could go to my dad's grave and just go do big man stand up. So you couldn't just go to the optician on time and save your eyes to save us.
Like, what was your plan?
Like, what was your plan? So here people are just telling your children that you're blind.
You're blind and you're saying that kind of. Oh, so one occurring theme I hear from a lot of like women, right, who've been in toxic relationships is that their partners are usually very controlling, right? So as personally, I don't know if I'm controlling or not. Maybe it's up to my other people I've been with to let me know if I'm controlling or not. But I don't think I am. I don't think I am. I think I'm actually very, what's the word?
Laid back.
Too laid back. If I could put it that way, I think I could be too laid back. Yeah, but a lot of things I hear are controlling. Like, no, should be back home at this time. Should be done at this time. Have you ever found yourself in a situation like that?
Yeah. But then there are like different types of controlling. Like, yeah, controlling is toxic in nature. But then one thing you should know is that if someone loves, they get toxic. If someone loves, they get over controlling. Same thing with a parent, like, don't go to that person's place, or if you go, they start calling. My mama sent me texts for don't dare me. Like, yeah, slightly late, maybe like by 20, 30 minutes, you haven't called. You're just going to say, don't dare me. You even look at the screen like, eh? And you even mimic how she talks, just like, don't dare me.
Start walking back.
Yeah, you just start, like, you humble yourself. You even get a Nyango and just tell your Nyango driver, use any route. I'll top up 30 kwacha. And you even know in this economy, the tea
That's
someone's
it.
looking at maybe 1 or 2 bottles in the night, they'll
Set.
drive.
They'll drive. They'll be like, let me go.
So yeah, like controlling also, like relationship wise between man and woman, an over controlling nature is toxic because at the end of the day, don't forget that you guys were separate before you got into that union. Whether it's not marriage, whether it's just you talking, you were separate. You both had different lives. Let somebody be willing to tell you about their day on their own. Like, oh, I'm going out with my friends. We're going here. We'll be back by this time. If not this time when we get carried away. Obviously by this time we'll be back. Like, oh, I'm going out with my friends. We're going for lunch by Titi. Then after Titi, we're heading to social. But I'm estimating by the time I'll be back home, maybe it might be 22. But if the fun, like if the club calls me back, if the pub calls me back, like every time I'm leaving, the DJ plays my song, by 24 I'll be home. And maybe past 24, maybe like 24:30, 01, you can be calling like, oh, are you home yet? You say 24, blah 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 blah. That's okay.
Yeah.
But where someone has told you, and then maybe 20 are calling them saying, hey, as a woman, you're not supposed to be out this time. Hey, Sean. And then you're out there like you make somebody feel like,
A child.
yeah. And if you take her as a child, why place her in a relationship? Or if you take him as a child, why place him in a relationship? You just end up being toxic and over controlling because at the end of the day, my favorite TikTok, nothing. There's nothing there for you to control that person.
No, but honestly, I feel like if you love or care someone, like you just said, communication is important. Like you can't control. Yeah, one thing I would say is you can't control a person. You can never control a person. What they do or
Yeah.
what the decisions they make, you can never tell them that don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. They will do what they want to do. That's human nature, basically. They will do what they want to do. They'll do what they need to do. So it's only up to them and the respect for you to keep it at what's
At a reasonable pace.
a reasonable pace, a reasonable boundary, so that they don't cross your boundaries and you don't cross theirs. So honestly, I would just say respect each other, guys. Mutual respect is very important in a relationship because if you don't respect each other, you just be wasting each other's time.
Because how are you in a relationship with somebody that you don't respect or trust?
No trust, or trust. And trust is a big thing. Trust is a very big thing because if you don't trust them to be with themselves or be with other people, they be around other people, then why are you with them?
It's just BP.
Just be because you cannot life. You just be thinking, but
You
yeah.
join us on like the hypertensive side of life. Like where everything, like here comes something else I don't even like.
Because you just be thinking, but I don't supper. I never know.
You're calling, he's not picking up. Next thing you're pulling up.
You followed. Bangand. Guys, and it's my one. It's literally my one, bro.
You pass by the yard to make sure the car is parked.
That's psycho behavior, bro. I don't think I can be with anyone who doesn't trust me.
Okay, personally, for me, I hand out trust. Like, this is one thing that somebody once told me. I told the person, like, I have no reason to doubt you yet. I can't doubt you until you give me a reason to doubt. So automatically, I've handed you trust. And I've once been told I'm too trusting because a couple y'all meet me, tell me I'm asking for a 5 kwacha, I have a 20 kwacha. I'll give them the 20 kwacha and go like, bring back my change. Like, I've been told you're just too trusting. I'll be like, if he's smart, he would bring it back to see if I'm willing to give him more. Like, oh, you didn't run away. Like, you know? So trust is something that you hand out for free. But once you break that trust with me, like I've given you the trust for free of charge. I've handed you my trust and respect. You break that, I'm telling you, I'll be the definition of psycho in your life. Like, you know, like my favorite meme is he calls you, tells you that he's with the boys, but you can hear like an egg drop in someone's fallopian tube.
What?
That's me.
That's
me.
Besides, you're kind of blind, so the ears do work.
Yeah.
The ears
Yeah,
work
my
better.
sight is gone.
Your ears work better. So it makes sense. It makes sense that you would hear a fallopian tube.
Or like when my friends go like, don't worry, I'm not with him. And I'm just there like, I can hear the lies building up in his voice box.
All
You want to lie to me? I'm there. I think personally, on my own, I believe I'm toxic to some extent, and I'm cool
right.
with that.
No, but I do believe everyone's toxic. I think
Yeah.
I think everyone's toxic to someone. Like I'm toxic. I know I'm toxic to some people. For a fact, I know that.
Tit for tat.
Uh, I no, I don't. I do. I work on a tit for tat
I
basis.
work on a tit for tat basis depending on the person.
I think it depends on how angry I am, and my that's a very bad me. But anyway, we're not here to talk about my shit. We'll talk about your shit.
We can continue. What's the next pointer?
As the next pointer, hold on, first. How much time we have?
Check.
Oh no, we still have time. Yeah,
Okay.
we have like 8 more minutes to we go on a break. Anyway, so one thing about toxic relationship is that they drain you.
True.
Yeah. So especially because the characteristics of toxic relationship we talked about, like lack of trust, controlling behaviors, right? Constant blame and criticism, and gaslighting. We talked about those. Now imagine how much energy that takes, because you are running in circles, running your mind through circles, thinking about what this person is doing at this time, who they're with, who they're seeing, who they're talking to. Like it's very draining.
I think one relationship that drained me was my relationship with school. I swear. Because for those who might like watch this or listen to this later, Lutikila Girls back in 20, when was that? 2017. Was that 2017, 2018? 2017, 2018. I was in grade 8. When I tell you that my mind was wrapped around, am I running to the next place? Should I be early because I have to be early because I don't want to run. You guys, I was blind and they're making me run. I have scars on my legs. I was always falling. Like I bet people were like, Goliatha Gwa, Shani. I was dropping because imagine that you're chubby, like you're fat. Like if I was fat, like I would sit like this and I couldn't see. Like if I'm standing and I look down, I couldn't see my feet. I was fat. Like I would put a picture, but nah. Like I was really, really chubby and I was running everywhere. Everywhere, like everywhere. To the dining, I would run. To class, I would run. To my own dormitory, to my own bed, I would run. Like I was running
Why were you
everywhere.
running?
Because it was like the first siren, second siren, then it's come running. And prefects had it in for me because after you like reach far, they would they would like they would like tell you come back like you're running and then they'll be like come on now, come back, start from here, then you're literally walking back. And like the pettiest thing some girl did to me, she was like the sports prefect, they would make me and her stand to get on like a line and do on your mask and go, and this is like someone really thin and she's speed, like she's got awards for running. She's got trophies for running. You're hearing 6 meters sprint, shiny. She's there. And then there's me who can't even keep my breath.
I'm like run,
And
run.
they're like, like if she reaches like the classes before you, you're on punishment.
Girls don't like each other. That's one thing. Girls don't like each other, and at the girls' school, there must have been so much drama.
Yeah. This person, guys.
You could have picked up. Right?
I could pick it up.
Oh no, no, sorry.
It's already
It's
cancelled.
already cancelled. Yeah, yeah. So you could say your most toxic relationship, draining relationship, has been
Was
school.
school. Because that's where I lost the weight from. Like, like time to time when I look in the mirror, I'm even like, who knew that I would have been sculpted at a point in my life? Because my older brother even used to tell me I'd have a body like a lollipop.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Older brothers are mean.
I swear.
Toxic relationship with older brothers. I won't even. Especially when I was younger. There was beef there. And it was mostly one sided. That's the thing. It's one sided. Like him is just going about his day, but you're just thinking this nigga.
Like,
You're going about your day, but you think this guy. That's because he's older than me. This guy.
no, for me, it's like the one thing that, like, the one comment that I'll never ever forget from my older brother. He used to call me Dugu, like Dugu Day. So, he's like, dugu, dugu, dugu. So once he found me crying, I didn't remember why I was crying. I was just crying. Like, I believe in crying. So I was just crying. And then he tells me, at Iwechitumbo, you're losing cooking oil.
Oh, oh, oh.
I forgot what I was crying about. And I was so offended.
You cried, Sabo, for the cooking oil you're losing.
And he looks at you like dead cold, like, Iwechitumbo, stop crying. You're losing cooking oil. And I'm like,
What's the age gap between you and your brother?
I think he was like 15, 16 when I was born. It's like 15
Ah,
years gap.
he's a big man.
Yeah. Like, I was so offended because that time he was like in university. Like, he was just like, you see him once in a while. He's home for 2 weeks, then he disappears. He's home for 3 months, and those 3 months he's going to visit people. And then, like, randomly he's home, randomly he's
It's
not home.
Yeah, so it's come and go.
Then, one day I just cried. No, I remember I was crying. My older sister took something that was mine. And then she was with her friends. And she always used to tell me to say, my friends are not your friends. And I was so emotional because you are my best friend.
like why are you running? Why are you running away from me? Why are you leaving me, bro?
Like, I was born, you were there. You are my friend, not those people. They will ditch you, but you're stuck with me. You will need a lung or a kidney, and I'll be there. You will need an esophagus, and they will tell you your sister is a match. I was so offended, and I was crying because of that.
And they came to tell you that you're losing cooking oil. Sarah did it on me. That's wild. That's a wild statement. And that's a wild. Your brother's a G. He's a bad man.
My relationship with my older brother is like the world's most toxic sibling relationship.
Are you better now?
I'm better. Like, we talk once in a while, but then every time, like, I just call him like, hi, next thing is, what do you want? And I'm there like, I just called to check up on you. No, what do you want? When I ask for money, he still stinges.
I think it's a bit. I can relate because I have brothers way older than me. Both my brothers are like, let's see, one is 12 years older than me, the other is 17. So I can understand like the age gaps.
Like, it's heavy.
It's
Like,
heavy. Like, and I can't really have relationships with them because like they're way older. They're like basically dads.
like, I was born and you're out there smoking crack in secret.
Bruh.
We know. We used to see the smoke.
Funny thing is, my brothers don't drink or smoke.
And this would be like too much to put out there. But then when I was younger, right, I used to like play in my older brother's room. So because I have a span of sisters, I didn't like Barbie dolls because we would fight. I would fight. I used to live in Livingston. So when we go to like Mukuni Park, my dad would buy me like those to my cars for wires. So like the wires of my cars came out. I kept on telling him, put them for me. Put the tires back on my car. Kept on saying, I'll do it. And then remember like the CDs.
Yeah.
So I got like my CDs and put. I was smart at the time. Like, I got the CDs and put, not knowing that they were like.
We just came back from a break because technical difficulties. Being a lone producer and the cameraman and the host is
all in one.
All in one is hard sometimes. Anyway, we're back at it, and you can continue with your how you store your brother's CDs.
I never stole.
How you took your brother's CDs.
How I borrowed.
Those won't work.
They never did.
they won't work anymore. That's bad.
Yeah. So like I put them on like the car, right? And it was working. Like I was moving.
You were moving.
I was moving my car. My younger sister was outside playing with her Barbie doll in her fake house. My older sister the same with her to my sons. My older brother came back home and gave me the beating of my life. Up to today, like I'm just there, like, guys. Not even my father touched me the way that boy touched me. Like I'm there, like, is it like Chifukushi? Like, when I'm seated, I'm just like, I think he used to like put his chifukushi out on me. Because yes, I get I used to do a lot of stupid things. But when I see it, like I think I have like one scar that I can look back and go like he did this. Like he did this. Away from the dog scars and my falling scars. My older brother did this. This is him.
because you scratched his CDs.
Music that he can now download.
Now he can download it. Then you couldn't. Or no, then you could download it, but I mean, it was a lot more tedious of a job to do. That's why he was touched.
Okay.
As a person who used to make CDs, yes, I'm that old. As a person who used to burn CDs, my MP3s, they used to go. And they used to take long to burn on them, man. And then you just come with your kataira.
It
Yeah,
was
bro.
no, I think I'm just talking to the wrong age gap. Where my fellow Gen Zs, like guys, are CDs that important? No.
I'm a Gen Z.
Oh, calm down, uncle. What that?
Anyway, me, I have children. I can't say anything. I have my children. I was with my child today.
I was with my child today.
Yeah, I was with my child today. He's a silly boy. But anyway, yeah. It's going so fast, bro. But yeah, that's what happened. So when you scratch someone's CDs, CDs are very expensive.
What are they now? Like 15 kwacha one now?
I don't even know, man. I haven't bought CDs now.
People still do that, like they buy CDs.
Yeah, people still buy CDs. I haven't bought CDs in a long time, though.
I know that most people do that, like most people like old stereo thingies in their car. So like when the Bluetooth just shoopers like you're passing, it's just going to different cars. They just say, you know what, I have a CD.
I never. I think I need to burn a CD on it. But the thing is, my laptop doesn't have a CD-ROM, man. So CDs are kind of obsolete right now.
Like, thank you for bringing that up. Like the other time, I was looking at my friend's PC, and I just like I felt like mine was so old.
Yours is a CD-ROM. My previous laptop, I did this thing for it had a CD-ROM, right? But I removed it and I put in like a hard drive ROM. Like there's like a caddy thing where you can put like an extra hard drive,
Yeah.
and then you slot it in to where the CD-ROM used to be. So I had extra storage, and the CD-ROM is just in my house because I wasn't using it either way.
I think one day I'll use it. Like when someone just goes like, "Oh, listen to my CD," or those that want me to listen to their music, bring it. I'll
No,
listen.
bring your flash.
No, bring your CD. I have to use my PC the right way. Bring your
When
CD.
when last did you open the CD-ROM?
I don't even know how it opens.
That's how you know this laptop was given to you, right?
My older sister bought it for me. Like I've never had to open it.
Because you had a reason for it.
Like guys, I think other law students can attest. Like it's just typing,
Valid.
typing and reading,
Valid.
and
Valid.
downloading cases.
Okay, so it's valid.
Shamwana versus the people.
Who?
Shamwana.
Whatever that is.
It's like I don't know if it's like some group, like some group of people that were caught like stealing, like
It's a Zambia case?
everything. Yeah. It's like what 300 pages.
That's one case.
That's one case that
That's-
proves that it's Zambian.
Zambian cases are that long?
Like they're thick for nothing.
Ish, that's pretty wild.
Like when I say my eyes are aching, my eyes are aching. Ought to be. Like you're coming from exception and you're reading, I'm a ought to be. Die for I. Like
That's wild.
what I'm saying, my world's toxic relationship is my relationship with school because it just gets toxic. Like the higher the level.
The higher the toxicity. Yeah. Anyway, let's talk about the emotional and psychological impacts of toxic relationships. Of a toxic relationship.
Yeah.
Right. So this thing is saying the mental health consequences are anxiety, depression, and low self-esteem. Right.
Yeah.
So I think we've touched a bit on like low self-esteem.
Yeah.
How we talked about depression though,
Depression is real. Like
especially coming from a situation like that.
yeah. Depression is real. And most people don't even know that they're going through depression. Like one thing I learned from my mom, like the time my dad died, my mom just entered like her own depression. Like you're talking to her. And now she can even tell you that I would just see people coming. I'm not even sure who's in my room. But as soon as they touch the curtain, like as soon as you just touch the curtain, like you move the curtain, she'd wake up and that's when she'd snap. You don't even know why she's shouting. She's just snapped. You draw the curtain back, she goes back to bed. That's like for the first 1 month. That's how it was. Like you enter my mom's room, it's dark. You're bringing food, you find the food. Depression is real.
It's really bad.
Yeah. And then apart from my mom, I think the closest person that I've ever seen go through depression was like a friend of mine who got like pregnant. For her, it was that thing for she didn't want to tell her parents. So it was like all this covering up the belly, like covering up the belly. Like you meet her, she's in like a huge jersey. You meet her a huge shirt, then she's over thinning the chitenge. You meet like, where she's putting like she's really trying to squeeze it like tummy tuckers, shiny. And then immediately you just like talk about it. She snaps when she's on her own, like you meet her on her own. She's just like her phone's there. She's just like this because she's lost in her own thoughts. You don't even realize that you're going through depression. You think you're in your head.
It does happen.
Because I know that a lot of people go through depression, but they're always like, oh, it's just in my head. Like, oh, I was just lost in thoughts. You're not lost in thoughts.
You were being sad.
Yeah, you were being sad, and what you're analyzing wasn't making sense to you. And then you're taking it as normal, like, oh, this happens to everyone because you're hearing from here and there. I was just going through my thoughts. I was just going through my thoughts. Going through your thoughts is what am I eating for lunch? What am I eating for supper? I left that thing soaked in jik. Would I find it completely bleached? That's going through your thoughts. But where you're seated down and you're like, did they really mean what they said? Maybe I'm like, da 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 da.
Maybe I'm not good enough.
Yeah, like when you're just stuck. Like, let me give you a basic example. You're in class and you share your opinion, and a teacher, this mainly happens like with teachers, like a teacher or a lecturer comes to tell you to say, you're so wrong. Your line of thoughts are always wrong. Are you sure you even meant to be here? Blah, 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 blah. Then you sit down and you're like, am I really meant to be here? That's when your depression starts to hit and you're always thinking, no, I'm questioning myself, but you're discouraging yourself. You're going to sit, like from asking yourself, am I meant to be here? Next thing to be, that one does it better than me. Next thing to be like, yeah, I'm not supposed to be here. And where are you supposed to be if you're not supposed to be here?
It is valid because depression does end up lowering your self-esteem. As a person who I've been sad before, a couple of times, enough times, a lot of times,
Exactly.
a lot of times, yeah. So one thing that personally that happened is the tanking of my self-esteem. Like it gets to a point where you don't think you're enough. You don't think you are worth it. Like you're saying, you don't think you're supposed to be here, right? And it's not just supposed to be here in terms of like the situation, but sometimes even in the world. There's those thoughts that just come like, but I mean, haven't I lived enough?
Like, so if I was to go now, would anybody feel the difference?
Like, would people miss me? Like, would people miss me? And those are very dangerous thoughts. So, honestly, I said I put some messages the other day. I was like, if what did I say? I said something very profound actually. I was being smart that day. I was
One of those days.
well, it was just one of those days. It said, a burden shared is a burden lessened.
I don't know. I disagree to agree.
No, it's an issue about talking. It's about talking about your issues, talking about your feelings. I feel like it's very important to talk about your feelings because in as much as the person you're talking to might not be able to like let's not be able to help solve that situation, talking about the situation does lessen the weight of it. Do you not think so?
I disagree to agree.
Explain yourself.
Yeah, like in some scenarios, talking about your situation does like lessen it, but then in some scenarios, talking about your situation makes it worse. This is going to sound so broken. It worsens it. I know it's wrong. Like I know
Worsens
like,
is
it's not the right word.
eh,
Yeah.
Wors-
If my mom ever hears this, she's going to be like, see, cancel, you can't even think it.
eh,
It worsens it. Yeah.
it's cancer.
Yeah, like it deprives you of healing. That's why it says before you share, know the people you're sharing with.
No, no, valid. Like you need to trust you need to trust the
Mm-hmm.
person to talk to about such things.
Like, even if you trust the person, but does the person trust and respect you enough to keep it to themselves?
Mm-hmm. That is true.
So, time to time, a situation shared is a problem that's going to just in
Explode.
your face.
Yeah. So the take from here is talk to someone you trust.
Talk to Meta. I advise Meta AI.
Meta,
Yeah,
it
calls
works
me mama.
because you advise Meta AI. Honestly, I do have a couple of friends I talk to. Francis and Tapio are like the people I go to complain over my situations. And there was this time I would tell Tapio, I'm like, bro, I love you, bro. And she'd be like, what are you going to do to yourself? Like, relax, bro. I'm not. Don't worry. I'm not going anywhere. I love you, bro. I just love you, man. Tapio, love you, bro.
Now,
Yeah, whack
like,
though.
personally, I do have like a friend, like, if you had to sit her down and if I was to tell her, talk, like, just say everything that I've ever told you. I'm telling you, I could write a novel. She could write a novel based off things, events that have happened in Aka's life, right? But then I realized to say that she also has her own baggage. And the more I put on her,
The
the more I
more.
make her worry to some extent. So the other day, I was just sitting on my phone and I saw like my post for get even responding fast like a Meta. So I was like, let me talk to Meta because it responds fast because I like being punctual. So I'm like, let me try Meta. I sat, texted my problems to Meta, sent a VN. It even responded with, hey, because I even put like, before I start talking to you, refer to me as mama.
I know. I say, refer to me as which one?
So it did that, like, then it gave me like solutions to a problem that I know I could have asked my fellow human being. But then it just felt different to like ask something that would never judge. It only tell you such thoughts are not such thoughts should be taken away. I recommend this site to talk to a human being if you want a human being to speak to.
Okay. Talk to me. AI also. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on that. Let's move on that. Let's move on that. Okay. Now let's get to your situation that brought you here. We can talk about that, right?
We can.
Okay. Okay. So, Miss Aka, Miss Edith, what brought you here? Like, let us hear the scenario and the situation. Story time.
Welcome back to another drastic event. This is like a monthly update of my life.
Monthly update of her life.
Yeah, there's someone who has the yearly update. Okay, so putting it out there, I lied. I'm still about a boy. So I was like in a really, really toxic relationship, and I always provided excuses for the guy. Like, I always provided excuses for the guy.
Okay. It's like,
Oh,
yeah. Oh, just say.
I always provided excuses for the guy. Like, when I say
Always.
always, like, if I found out something before I even take it to him with proof or without proof, I would give myself an explanation in my head. Like, oh, maybe it was just the angle. Like, where you're literally seeing a picture, then you're like, maybe it looks like this. Like, you're even doing zoom in, zoom out. You even remove your specs, like, okay, zoom in, zoom out.
Your specs. Your specs
Ah,
have been blamed a lot.
exactly. You're like, like, I even come like, Papa, how does this look? Like, if I zoom in, zoom out, is it showing what I'm seeing? Or like, give me your opinion. Like, that's the point I reached. So what made me leave? Like, what made me leave or realize that I had to leave? I remember I told you about it.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, the
Yeah.
last time we were here.
Yeah.
Literally, the last time we were here, she was telling me about the situation.
Yeah. But then it like down the drain because I found out to say like he was dating two of us at the same time. Like, I'm not really against that. Like, at least let me know.
Let's see, there's someone else.
Yeah, like during the whole coaching situation, let me know like, oh, I like you, but there's somebody else decide. That's why I'm always going to tell people, if you're to ask me now, I would say dating a married man is better than dating a man who claims he's single. I swear. I swear, like, I sat down and I went through all those posts, like girls just open, like talking about it. Then I'm like, I finally agree. I'd rather have a man come say, hi, how are you? I'm a married man. I have 3 kids. I have a beautiful wife. I love my wife. I just looking for someone to spend time with, talk, maybe grab coffee here and there. Maybe even that other kind of offer that nobody likes on the sugar when someone finally wants sugar. Yeah, like someone's just honest about it.
So be honest. Just be honest.
Like just be honest rather than, hi, I'm single. Just got out of like a really toxic relationship. Shan shan. Can't she? The person just found out your shit and you're out here saying toxic relationship. You failed to flush. It remains seated. We saw it. Drink water. Like instead of all that, like I'm tired of that whole scenario at this point. I think like the next person I date who comes like, I just left a toxic relationship, I'll just slap them and tell them go back. Because guys, just imagine that you're out here thinking, oh, I have a boyfriend. There's someone else who's also saying, oh, I have a boyfriend.
It's the same man.
And you're not even like,
you don't know about it.
Because I'm a very upfront person. I'm going to ask you, are you monogamous or polygamous in nature? Like relationship wise, do you see yourself monogamous or do you see yourself polygamous? Let me know now. You choose monogamous, yet every time a girl passes, you're just there. Turning your whole head like, come, I sit you down. I'll tell you how to check a girl without making her feel awkward. You will see her move and you won't even move. like you're moving your whole body. Calm down, uncle. Calm down, my brother. You'll have a smartphone. 21st century. Camera. The girl passes. Just take a quick video from the sides. Stop it. You're there. You play it when you're alone. You even zoom in, zoom out. Zoom in, zoom out. Life goes on. How do you think girls check out boys?
Yeah?
Like, if I see a guy that I know my friend likes and I want to show my friend, girls always move with their phones. I'm just going to swipe, press record. I'm going to be out there doing this. You're going to think I'm messing with my specs.
Well, what's funny? You might not be the target market for this. Maybe some of you haven't been recorded. So, guys, I don't think I've been recorded before. Have you been recorded before? That's something you should ask yourself, guys. Have you been recorded before? Are you good enough? Are you good looking enough to be recorded? That's the question.
Yeah. Because So, found out that I wasn't the only one. Still stayed. I know other people are going to be like, you're supposed to walk away. But guys, it's hard to walk away from somebody who argues with you. Like,
what do you mean?
Maybe it's the lawyer in me.
What do you mean?
No, like, okay, Mapalo, like, I get your phone, and all of a sudden you're just like, get through, here's the password.
Now the problem is you don't want an honest person?
Like, not that I don't want an honest person. Like, there should be a little bit of
something to hide.
No, not something to hide. Like, just the way you react. I get your phone, then you tell me, oh, you want to go to my phone? Okay, babe, the password's that. And I'm just there like, oh.
And what is wrong with that?
But then where you're like, you gaslight a bit, it keeps interest. Like that. Then I ask you, why can't I touch your phone? Then you're like, it's my phone. Then I even throw in a comma, your phone's private, but my private part is public. You even go like, that's not what I mean. That's not what I mean. And I'm there like, tell me what you're supposed to mean.
So you just like arguing.
Like,
you are the toxic person.
Yeah, I even pointed out, I am toxic to some degree. I am not going to hide it. I am toxic to some degree. Because I had this conversation with somebody today. Because you had, like, when you called, like when I called, like when you said, oh, the mall, I was somewhere here.
Oh, okay.
So I had to him like, oh, my police at the mall. Then, he never pondered. Just turned around. So I looked at him and I'm like, you're not going to complain. And
I know.
He goes like, your plans changed. I'm supposed to take you where you're going, and they changed. So I'm taking you where you're supposed to be. And I'm there like,
how is that a problem?
And then, like, guys, coming from somebody who's always been in toxic stuff, I was like, and mommy,
how is that a problem?
I was like, you don't get it. Like, for everybody who's been in a toxic space, and then you ask somebody to do something and they don't complain or roll their eyes first, like, there's a difference. Because even with my mom, like, I tell her, oh, directions have changed. Now, I have to, like, you get, like, there's a complaint somewhere.
So it's a situation you're used to being complained at.
Yeah.
You're
Like,
used to the complaining.
yeah, like, if someone has to complain before they agree to do something,
Uh,
that's like what I'm used, like, that's like a normal reaction. Like, when I say something, something has changed. Like, I'm just someone going like, why? Da, 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 like,
so you're used to having someone competitive in nature.
yeah.
That's wild. That's not me. That is not me. That
Like,
is not me. I remember someone telling me, I hope you find someone who doesn't walk all over you. And I'm like, I mean, I don't think it's like a walking all over me situation. It's just that if you need something done and I can do it, I will do it for you.
that's the same thing he said. Like, if I can do it, it's within my means, I will do it. I'm there, like,
Like,
I mean,
isn't that how it's supposed to be?
maybe I've always just had to be like the man in my own life. If I have to do something, or like maybe you say, oh, give me time, blah, 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 I'll do it for you. My time is 24 hours. I'll do it for myself. Like, if it's like something that I need you to help me with, and I wait for 24 hours and you're still not acting up, I'll find another way.
Okay.
I'll find another way.
The hyper independence.
Like, if someone goes like, oh, I can pick you up. Like, the other day I was with Mutinta. Then we asked Andrew for a ride. And then he was like, can we do it in the afternoon? Then Mutinta told me, calm down. We'll go in the afternoon. I was out there calculating if I get on a bus, which bus am I getting on from where I'm staying to there? And then if I get on the Yango from there to where I'm supposed to go, because no buses go in that direction, how much would the Yango approximate to? Like, that's me. I will forever have another
Solution.
plan.
Anyway, sorry for the accidental, non-accidental accident. Yeah, anyway, you continue. We can. What do we leave?
I don't remember.
I think it was for. Why am I slanging? I think it was for. I think it was for or how you're not used to being in a somewhat healthy situation.
Yeah.
Like you prefer a little more competitive
Yeah,
of a
because
situation, which is I don't get it, but okay.
like, because no matter what, I think, okay, but let me just be honest. I think everybody that I've dated has scarred me, because I've dated the as a woman, you should. I've dated there's no difference in a man and a woman apart from their genitals. So if you're going to expect me to do some of these things, know that you can also do them. And I've dated the whiner. Like, I think when I sit down, you guys, my ex was a whiner. Like, like, you guys, like, if I could give him a dog, he would be a chihuahua, because any form of like, it's like, he was a chihuahua, like a chihuahua, because,
I hope he doesn't listen to this and come to beat me.
and I pray he listens to this. I'm even going to, I swear, if he ignores it, I'm even going to send it to him. No, I deleted his number. That's the subject. I'll send it to him on, yeah. I have his email. I'm just going to email it to him. Yeah, because like everything, like even just wanting to do a romantic gesture, someone has to complain. So, automatically you took it as, maybe I'm just overstepping. Like, maybe
You're doing
people
too much.
just, yeah. But then how can you do too much if that's how you know how to express yourself?
That is valid.
Like, those people who go like, no, she just overloves. Like, she doesn't overlove. That's how she knows how to express herself, and you don't know how to take that.
That is true.
It's not her fault that you don't know how to express yourself. You know? Yeah. And apart from that, like, forget, like, you guys, like, when you find out that you're the second person, you let that slide, because you're like, okay, let's see where
Well, yeah, the
he's.
last time you told me about this,
Yeah.
you found out you were the second person. At that moment, I thought you were gonna leave.
No, I stayed to see how inconsistent or consistent he can be.
Did you tell him you found out?
Oh, I told him like that day we broke up, because I started giving him hints that I know.
He wasn't getting the hints.
He was getting.
Or you just ignoring them?
Yeah. Like, I was even mentioning the girl's name. He was like, mention places that I see them. He's like, and he was so strong on cousin. Do you know, I just told him, in your family there's a lot of incest.
Cousin Munani.
Like, I'm just there like, ugh. And what made me like just leave was this whole drama because I tolerated that. Yet there he was, like, where he accuses you of going out with somebody. Like, okay, let's put it like this. No matter what, there's that one person that you know that you can talk to. But as soon as somebody ever goes like, oh, you, Mapalo, you and this person have crossed the line, even if you discussed it.
Yeah.
Like, you're there, like,
Relax yourself, uncle.
and Ishmael just looked like a garden, like the Garden of Eden that took anything, any animal.
There's always like, bruh, it's not that deep, man. Like, chill. Like, trust me, there's nothing there.
Like, he kept on putting that on me. Now you're going out with this one. Hey, Shan, 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 Shan. And he liked cursing. Like, can I curse?
No.
No, okay. Like, he liked the F word. Like, hey, you're shining this one. I'm just there, like, I wish you knew that if I was to tell this person today to say, oh, hi, I'm finally down with whatever water that they'll move on, whatever transportation, like that kind of meme for tell a woman that I have the money, that kind of thing for the plane, that would have been that nigga. But then I've respected myself and kept it to friendship because I respect you. Just they're like, men are too much. So what did I do? I just sent him everything, like, sent. I even told him, stop accusing me for your own shortcomings because it's just too much. He's like, hey, so leave me and my shortcomings. I'm like, oh, okay. I took the mature approach. I just told him, don't worry, I'll never text or call. I've blocked you. Then I even sent him proof of him and this other girlfriend. I was like, okay.
I know. She knows. She
know?
knows. I know she knows.
Exactly. That's the point we reached. Because I realized that it wasn't going anywhere. Like, there is no way that even just basic humanity, because, like, one thing that I admire, like, I think men of this generation sit down and learn from the elders. Learn from the elders who only found out that they had 2-3 wives the day they die. Like, what relatives are even bang. This brother knows that he's married to that one. This brother knows that one. This brother knows that one. And the day that they die, that's when brothers are coming forth for, yeah, my brother had this relation. My brother had that relation. Now, these days, how are you dating multiple people and posting restaurants, posting videos? As I stated before, I can hear the fallopian tube drop. Like, my eggs go. That's me.
I investigate.
That's,
Straight investigation.
do you know what I used to do? This will sound so psycho. You know what I used to do?
Is
Like,
you just saying you know what I used to do is psychotic behavior, but okay. Let's see what you used to do.
So, like, if I send him a picture and he just blue ticks it, and maybe like replies to one, what do? I go and try and delete the other ones. Like, you press. So if somebody has downloaded them, somebody has already downloaded them, it moves from delete for both to delete for yourself. If somebody hasn't downloaded them, it's delete for everybody. So just imagine you're sending a guy pictures of yourself, the man that begged you for your presence in his life. You're sending him pictures and he's not even downloading them.
There's no space in the phone.
There's no space because he can't keep track of 5 different people in one phone. Like,
I'm gonna like, okay, but guys, the gents with multiple women, what time do you have? Let's just put it out there. You are very okay, good with your timing, I guess. But anyway, it's whatever.
like I think what they do is that they pick, because there's an understanding one, the one that you just have to say, no, mama, I'll make it up to you. Because I swear the amount of times I heard I'll make it up to you, I could have built a house.
You were
I was the understanding one, because I was being logical. Like, you work, you have stress, maybe you want to blow off stress like your friends, you want to go drinking, and maybe you got carried away. Like, maybe with the conversation, by the time you finish, you're like, let me just go home and shiny. When you have time, you make time, because at the end of the day, I'm busy with school, you're busy with work. Life goes on. I'm busy with school, you're busy with your life. Life goes on. Like, we had other lives before we met each other, right? That was me. Then obviously there's the one that knows that there's something, like, from the get-go, like, she knows that it's fishy. The one that's always just like, you make her upset. It's not even, please, I'll make it up to you. It's, okay, I've sent you 5 pin, do this. No matter what, there's that girl. Like, even in your life, there was that one girl that you knew that even an apology, like even if you go crying, you sleep on the ground, you say, I'm sorry. You even roll. She wouldn't budge. But as soon as it's come out, take saying, she's been there like, oh, babe, don't worry. Don't worry. Like, no matter what, there's that one. And there's that one with no nonsense. I don't know, he just has to show up and show up on time. It's not like she'll talk or what. It's because she sticks to her word. Like, oh, the next time you show up late, like by 3-5 minutes or by 10 minutes, you will not find me here.
I'm gone.
I'm gone. There's that one. And then, yeah. A man just knows. And then there are those ones that he knows to say that, oh, okay, if I call this one, just tell her, send a emoji, she'll be happy. Even if it's after 5 days, just tell her, sorry, I was busy. And says, it's okay, babe, don't worry.
There's no time for us. We're busy.
So my relationship was really, really toxic. And all I can tell girls is all I can tell girls and boys, because I know that boys also do get involved in toxic relationships, is that trust your gut. Like, trust your gut. As soon as your gut just tells you to say that there's something wrong, as soon as you just get that something is wrong, walk out. Because you don't have to play investigator for a gut emotion. As soon as you just have a gut feeling to know that you're more than one, walk out. You're undervalued, walk out. Because that undervalue will depress you. That undervalue will take a toll on you, and you wouldn't like the outcome of the toll. So walk out. I know walking out is hard. Trust me. Listen to someone who went back like what, 10 times? Trust me, walking out is hard, but it can happen.
It's necessary.
Because imagine that us Black people fought for our freedom. Even when we didn't know what the world was like, we still fought. Even though we're not really free, but yeah, we still fought, you know? Take the stand. Like, take the stand. Take the moment. This is your moment to shine. So you better embrace it. You remember that?
No, I don't.
Oh, no. Sorry, Gen Zs. Remember that?
What is that supposed to be?
It's a cartoon.
From what cartoon?
Like, I can't remember the cartoon, but it's something about Princess and Frog.
I haven't seen it.
Princess and Frog.
I haven't seen it.
The only Black cartoon that we grew up watching.
That's the Black cartoon. I grew up watching. What did I go?
No, like princesses, like with princesses. That was like the only Black princess.
No, I never watched The Princess and the Frog.
The girl that kissed the frog.
I never watched it. I know about it. I just never watched it. Do you know what I was watching when I was younger?
What were you watching?
I was watching
Dragon?
Kung Fu movies. Dragon Ball Z on BTV. And Spider Riders. And Static Shock. Static Shock was my thing.
Never watched that.
Yeah. Because when I was watching Static Shock, I was watching Static Shock when you were 2 years old. You're such a child, bro. This is wild. Anyway, two different generations.
Yeah.
Not exactly. We're in the same generation. Well, we are in the same generation. It just doesn't make sense because I think 97s are very, what's the word?
Close.
It's they're the in betweeners.
No, there's no such thing as in between.
No, it's very in between because we grew up with the millennials, but we grew up in the Gen Z time.
Oh yeah. If
So-
you put it like that, yeah.
So we're very in between. But anyway, that's a story for another day. So I think we've talked about everything, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is your advice to someone who hold up first. I think what did Toss put in here? Look at it again. Oh yeah, how to break free. So how to break free? How did you break free? Oh, you think you talked about how you broke?
This will sound very, very funny, but I love writing poetry, right? But then I stopped because I felt like I was constantly writing about the same person. Like I was constantly writing about the same person. Like, let me read something. It's like a really short thing, right? So, this is like a piece that I've been writing for 4 months. Like 4 months, guys. Like, guys, I was that person who you tell, write about this on Monday. By Wednesday, I'm done. You can even done and dusted, you think I went through it, because the first day I'm going through videos of people who've gone through that event and I'm there like, okay, So knock knock, the audience, who's there? Well, dear, it's me, the first man you learned how to love in a manner that wasn't taught to you, but learned from your gut and those around you. Like in the sense of, like, thinking like, oh, let me do this. Then you ask your friend, like, oh, should I do this for him? Like, where you didn't learn that type of love. But like you didn't learn it. You didn't learn it in a manner from home, because at home you're receiving those things for, you're seeing your dad do everything. Like your dad come, bring the flowers. Now you're the one saying, you ask your friend and your friend's like, step down as a woman and do it. Like you get him something, you teach him how to love you. Like you're learning it like a manner that you're not taught. But it's a manner that you've learned from your friends. Guys, I wrote a piece. Like, I don't you won't see it in the chat.
It's long.
I wrote a piece for 4 months. That's how broken I was, until somebody, just a random somebody, one day just asked me to say, where can I watch this from? Then I was like, what do you mean, where can you watch this from? And I'm looking at that and it's like an old performance. I'm like, really? This is still out there? This is out there? Like, I felt nice. Like,
Like someone's someone's watching you.
yeah, like then I told him like, oh, I'm not really sure, but thanks. Like, thanks for this, because it's reminded me of like a person that I loved to be, So analyze the situation. There are people around you who are trying. Like with guys, there's a girl somewhere out there who's like trying to make it known that she's there. We even go like, oh, that girl just over likes me. She's trying to make you realize your worth, but you're out there begging for your
Begging
track
for
star,
begging for
your
scraps.
your scraps.
Begging for scraps.
Like,
just my small
the big
trinkets.
man at the table has eaten. He's done. Come on, you've even gone begging, and yet there's like somebody there who's giving you a plate of food.
But sometimes you don't like the food that's on the other plates.
Because you think it's like lower than. Let's put it
No,
like this.
it's not even about the low thing. I think you like what you like, guys.
No, let's put it like this.
Yeah.
What do you like, chicken or beef?
Chicken.
Chicken, right? Let's say I come to you, right? You like what type of chicken? Smoked, fried, grilled?
Grilled.
Grilled chicken, right? And then there's somebody offering you smoked chicken. And because you've never tried smoked chicken and you're used to grilled chicken that gets burnt easily if the fire is too much, and you're just saying, oh, I'll just drink it off with maybe some cold water, or just scrape it off or remove the skin. Like, you're giving yourself excuses. And yet there's somebody who's done smoked chicken for you. It's still the same thing, but just showing you to say that you like it like that, but then there's still this on the side. So don't close up your mind.
You know what's the worst thing about that analogy? I am a person who doesn't go for new experiences very much.
You're the guy who orders a burger in a 5-star restaurant.
Yes. I am that guy.
You need change.
I am the guy who will go to Creamy Haven and only get Oreo ice cream or vanilla ice cream, or just Oreo or vanilla, just those two. So I'm the worst person to ask about that situation. I like what I like, and a lot of people like what they like.
Guys, you're liking the wrong thing to people that continuously eat poison. Yeah, but I'll still stick to my advice. Try something new, because maybe
No, but try something new, guys. It's important. You might like it.
It was dark like charcoal. Try someone who's dark like what? Black. Then from there, try someone who's something light, maybe your shade. Then try someone lighter. School is hard. I'm not saying change the course. No.
Change the school.
No, or change
school.
Change the book. You tried with a black author, it didn't work out. Try maybe a black person with podcasts. Podcasts don't work out. Try another person, like maybe your friend. You've tried a book, you've read the novel, it's not noveling. You've read the textbook, it's not texting. So, get a friend, ask, the friend isn't friending.
So in short, leave your comfort zone.
Yeah.
But that is true. The the minimal times I've stepped. Well, let me put it this way: the minimal times I've stepped out of my comfort zone, or let's say the type. You like what you like. Honestly, for me personally, it doesn't last long. It's it's a good in the moment thing, right? But in the long run, it kind of like wears off. Like the excitement of trying something new always wears off. True or false?
It doesn't. It
You think?
doesn't. It
You
doesn't.
think? Okay, that's a topic for another day.
Yeah.
That's a topic for another day. But I'll just say for most people, the excitement of something new ends up wearing off, and then you go back to what you know.
But remember that something old was something new.
Yeah, at some point. But it was something new, and you learned to love it.
And you can also learn to love the new thing.
Not always.
Yeah, guys.
Not always.
You-
And this is how people stay in toxic situations.
Break free.
Break free.
Leave that school.
Leave that school. Change that program.
If you don't longer feel like doing nursing, change.
Change. Do midwifery.
I see the same thing. Apparently they go together now.
They go together.
Yeah, you can't be a nurse and not know how to do and not know how to deliver a baby.
Does say clinical medicine?
Yeah, clinical medicine.
No, it's or whatever. Be a pharmacist, but you can do whatever you want to do.
I like that's the only like program that you can even break down. No, do this, do this. You're studying law, what are you going to be? Like, oh, I'm tired of law. What am I going to be, a journalist?
Anyway, guys, it's been fun. Thank you for listening. We are shooting at Etc. Studios, right opposite Parkland Secondary School. In Parkland's First Auckland Street, or we could say Chandamadi kudia barracks. And then you go up, you see the sign. The sign just says creative. What does it say?
I don't know.
Creative branding. Yeah, it says creative. The name is called etc. Science and Technologies. It's not creative branding, but we provide creative branding. That's why it's big and bold and it says creative branding. But anyway, thank you for coming. This was supposed to be an all girls episode.
But the girls deeped. I'm the real one.
No, she just couldn't make it, sadly. She had something that came up very random, very unexpected, but I'm hoping she'll be there for the next one. And shout out to Annette. She couldn't make it either because she's whack. Yeah, just whack Annette. Anyway, bye guys. Hope you enjoy and see you on the flip side. Yeah,
Of life.
see you later.
Flip
Flip
side.
side. And I flip my hand.
Single ladies. Oh, the single ladies. Single ladies.
I'm doing too much. Anyway, bye guys.